Hello, everyone. This is Ramon from the Thinking Scrubs, and right now we're going to be talking about the second round of X-Wing League Season 2 in the Philippines. Uh, Tonight, I won't be joined by my usual colleagues, Ronald, Raymond, or Ian, but I will be joined by a very special guest, Tim. Hi, Tim.
Hello everyone, this is Tim. I'm the manager over at Gears and Games where the finals was held. Anyway, thanks for having me and also thanks for running the league.
Yep, and thank you for having us over for the finals, Tim. It was a very fun day, and we're glad that we were able to just shoot some games over there at G&G. Uh, so while the, right now our players are actually doing the setup, I want to just give a heads up to some points that our viewers might find weird. As of the moment, you may notice our overlay says Royce on the left and Ellie on the right, when in actuality it's Ellie who's on the left playing in blue, while Royce is wearing red playing on the right. We had an error during our overlay setup during the game, but since I was there throughout the entirety of the game, I'm gonna try to take us through each moment of the game as it comes. Uh, so before we jump into that, while they're setting up, Tim, what do you see right now on the board, and what do you think about it?
Okay, just to let everyone know, I was here at on the premises, but the thing is I only saw the start and the end because I was busy with other customers and other things that I had to handle. So, I'll be talking about the lists. These are old pointages. So no, pre Leia 6 points
Pre-July
and
12th, yes.
yeah, pre July 12. So, uh, if I remember correctly, Royce has a 1 point bid and Ellie has a 10 point bid. So on in that case, Guri Guri wins versus the Guri with a smaller bid,
Mm.
and it's not going to be much of a surprise if Guri basically solos an entire list, especially seeing as you know Ellie is already pretty well versed with Scum, seeing as that he's been playing exclusively Scum since 2.0 started.
Yeah, Ellie is one of the, how we say this, very dedicated Scum players since the advent of 2.0, while Royce, on the other hand, is bringing a Scum list this time around, but he's more of an Imperial player in terms of just the how many reps he's been able to put on the table.
Yeah,
Because
and this was actually quite the surprise for me when I went over to check on the table. It's like, oh, you're playing Scum. Mm.
yes, and oh, you don't have the bigger bid with the Guri.
Yeah, this is. I mean, okay. Royce just started playing Scum a few months ago, I would assume.
Yep.
So, and plus he's doing his internship as a med tech, and he just came from like a
Uh,
24-hour workday. So
yep. From a
I'm,
very
I'm
long shift.
yeah, I'm not even surprised.
But just to also let viewers know why Royce brought in a scum list when in the first round he brought an imperial list. The X-Wing League encourages players to try out different lists during the period of the league. So in this specific case, Royce was taking advantage of that rule. He wanted to try something out. He wanted to try new toys, and um, while the results of the finals are publicly known, more or less. I think it's a great learning experience to see exactly why, if you're bringing a Guri, you really want to secure that bid.
Yeah, only Royce, only Royce playing playing. Oh, let's try this out during a finals. Rrr.
I think he would have had do you think what if Royce brought his Imperial list during this game? Do you think
Um,
things would have turned out differently?
I think I think it would have been much more interesting. Seeing as that I know the results. No, because like I said, it's a 655 versus a 651, and the 651 has the huge bid.
Hmm.
The zealous recruit doesn't care if the other person has the initiative because he's gonna be moving first. So if he gets blocked, that's it. Oh, and look what the zealous recruit's doing. It's moving
Of
forward.
yeah, five
Oh,
forward.
yeah. This is going to be a very very fun game. Well, for someone, you know what they say. Uh, if both of you are jousting, someone's wrong, and we're going to see who's wrong.
Yeah, and it seems here that Royce is probably actually keeping that in mind because he's doing more cautious openings. Two forward for Old Terok and a three bank outwards with Guri away with his 45-degree angle deployed. Um, yeah, it looks like he is going to take a boost if if he's looking at the board right now. And yes, he
Hmm.
does take the boost.
Yeah, that's an interesting. I don't know.
I see. It seems
Uh,
like he wants to pin sear the Zealous recruit in this specific
yeah,
case.
that's a good idea, but I would have just preferred. I would have preferred a different maneuver because oh look, here comes the other
Other
Guri without maneuver. Oh no.
yes, and this other Guri just takes a left barrel roll and catches the other Guri at range 3, which is a very very nice move.
Yeah, clean. It's I don't know. The parallax is bad from my end, but it's probably an arc dodge, and here comes an outmaneuver Guri.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm gonna confirm that Ellie's Guri successfully arc dodges Royce's Guri in this case.
yeah. Oh, the actually the what Royce did, the his deployment and first move with Fen was not too bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that I'm not sure. I mean, it's not too. It's not too bad as a set play.
Mm-hmm.
Because it basically just slows the game down a bit, so that you can see what your opponent's planning on doing. But oh, okay,
Yeah,
let's
but
see.
unfortunately, his Guri was caught by the other Guri.
Yeah, that's never a bad thing.
Yeah.
I mean, never a good thing. Oh God.
There's a chance here for Ellie to take away more points without any chance for Royce to retaliate. And there we go. We have two hits from the outmaneuver Guri from Ellie's Guri with just one evade from Royce's own um, first moving Guri.
Oh,
So
you hate to see
that's
that happen.
that's exactly why this opening was an unsuccessful opening for Royce. And that's a bit of technical difficulty on site because Royce's cards were hit by the electric fan.
Okay. And okay, so what I'm trying to understand now is what Royce is going to do. If he's really the thing was, I think his opening with Guri was a little non-committal
Hmm.
both ways. Cause if he really wanted to pincer the zealous recruit, I think he already had a 45-degree deployment, right?
Yes, he
He could
did.
have just gone with maybe with a four straight, and then barrel rolled to just try to get the zealous recruit in arc or whatever,
Hmm.
and then you know uh he could have gone five. He could have gone with a five straight with Terok, and then boosted and focused just to get modded shot.
Yeah, just to get shots in
Yeah,
specifically.
early shots you never know,
Mm.
basically. So
Because
I
right
think
now, I think
yeah,
he's gonna get. There's a possibility his OT gets blocked, right?
yeah, exactly. So I mean, if he got it first, and then now it kind of opens up the K turn, I guess. If he had just gone all out,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's one of those options. Also, the thing is, um, I think what Royce was trying to do was from his 45 degrees, then he moves a bit non-committal, and then he'll react. But the thing is, he doesn't have initiative, so he
Yes.
should have just gone all out for the zealous recruit.
So do you think the Zealous Recruit is definitely the primary target in going up in this mirror match for Royce? For Ellie, it's quite clear that he just needs to take out one of the aces because he has second player. He can react to Royce's every move. He can he
Yeah.
can he can be cage. He doesn't need to be cagey. So for Royce's end, do you think he should take out the Zealous Recruit? That should be his primary goal.
I think because it's pretty much your only real option. You're not gonna arc dodge Guri. Especially since advanced sensors. You're not arc dodging the opponent's Guri. You're not gonna out damage a Fenrau unless you catch
Mm.
the Fenrau in range one of both Tarok and your Fen. And see, the Zealous
Yeah.
recruit is just gonna make himself a nuisance to deal with. So
Yeah, there he goes, just blocking off the three forwards, the four, and maybe the five. Oh, no, the five won't fit in that case. But he just basically blocked off three straight maneuvers right now.
I think I think he blocked off the two, the three. Yeah, I think he blocked off the two and the three, which
Mhm.
would be the more sensible maneuvers.
For OT right now at
Yeah,
this
yeah.
moment. But maybe OT maybe punched in a three bank towards Finn. I
I'm
don't remember
hoping.
this part of the game, but yeah, if it was me, I'd punch in a three bank towards Finn.
Okay, let's see. Up.
What's happening? Royce
Is
punched
that a
in
K turn?
his own five forward. Uh, is that a K? We'll see if it's
No,
a
it's
K.
not.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
just a five forward.
yeah.
So it was a missed opportunity to deal some damage on the Zeus recruit. But at least he didn't get blocked. Well, if that's one way to think about it.
Yeah, that's a good. Well, well, hmm. So if
I
he
think
had,
he was trying to also avoid the five forward boost right to block off the three bank for Old Terok.
that's all. Yeah, that's an option. Oh, that's a brave move.
Go
Target lock
for
on
the
Fed.
Fenrau.
Yeah.
And then now we're looking at an advanced sensors barrel roll from his Guri.
Hmm.
Not sure
Interesting.
why the advanced sensors choice though.
Oh, he could be making a one turn or
Oh, he
two
do.
turn.
Unfortunately, that's a spot where the other Guri can still catch him from behind.
Yeah. Well, let's see. If the Guri did a one straight, all Ellie would need to do would be just to take the one straight, or the no, even the two straight would be fine, and
Yeah,
then barrel roll to the side, totally arc dodge, get in range one, and
shoot the other Guri.
so minus one. So it'll be four red dice versus two dice. That's gonna hurt. Oh yeah, two
Uh,
straight.
but he opts for, he doesn't take the advanced sensor maneuver. Interesting.
No, no. If he took the advanced sensor maneuver, there's a chance he could be blocked.
Okay.
Yeah, but with this one, food. So range one. Yeah, so it's range one, four dice versus two dice because of outmaneuver, and then he gets the free, what do you call that? He
Focus.
gets the free focus. Eh,
Yeah, and here comes Fen with a three turn and a boost, trying to cut off the other Fen. Let's see what Ellie punches in. I'm feeling it's a very aggressive move, like a five forward as well.
probably. But oh, okay.
Interesting. A two forward. I'm guessing that Ellie is giving himself some space to do focus boost maneuvers with the Fang Fighter so that he can judge when to go into range one.
Hmm. Well, it's basically a free focus anyway
Hmm.
because of the superior Fang dial.
Fang on Fang action.
Yeah, I think Ellie. Oh, I'm thinking that he's already arc dodged the Terok, so he's just gonna boost in and then let's just hope for the best. It's also a huge deal because if they both have focus, and then like if Royce rolls multiple focuses on offense, and then he uses focus now when Ellie shoots back, he doesn't have mods for defense.
Yeah, it's gonna be a bad day for Royce's Fen if he has to. Well, he does get two focus results, so three hits and two focuses, and decides
Yeah,
to spend it at the goading of the crowd. And Ellie rolls natties. So yeah, that's bad
yeah,
news. Bad news for his Fen.
yeah. I've played this matchup too many times.
Fen on Fen.
Yeah, I mean against I'm practicing against myself and then even some with the rest of my friends. It's not pretty.
Oh yeah, I mean I've played a lot of Fen games with you, and definitely Fen is one disgusting piece of technology for the Scum faction. He is definitely
Yeah,
always a good choice for me.
yeah,
And
no,
the
no.
oh yeah, sure, go ahead.
It's the reason why I say that Fen is never really gonna change his points.
There we
I, I
go.
I would I would
Um, Royce, basically just to highlight that Royce rolled an evade and two focuses, which is why it was bad news for him that he lost his focus early in the
oh
attack.
man, yeah, yeah. Okay, so I've seen that happen too many times. Like um like I6 versus I6, but the I6 just happens to be Fen. So
Yeah.
hey,
Okay, I think in this case, while they're checking ranges, you were mentioning something about how Fenrau's pointage is actually pretty good right now. Is that correct?
yeah, no, no. In my opinion, Fenrau is just in the right pointage already, and uh, he shouldn't really change. The thing is, um, as long as you play him correctly, and what I mean by correctly is as long as you're getting in your opponent's face all the time,
Yep.
you're in range one. You're you're almost never going to die. It's so bad. I
Oh,
mean,
uh, just to
yeah.
point this out, this was actually a bad round as well for the Guri because Ellie's Guri was able to push 2 points of damage on Royce's Guri, who was only rolling two green dice. So this was a critical match because now Fen is at half points and Guri is actually going to be at half points as well, if I remember rightly.
Oh wow, that's bad. This early.
Yeah, it's a second round of engagement, and people are hurting really hard. They're bleeding. I don't remember why the overlay isn't updating.
It
But
probably didn't connect. Yeah,
oh yeah,
sad.
we'll see later if a couple more shots connect in. So, but that was a very nice position for Ellie's Glory to be in, just really taking advantage of that outmaneuver. It's pretty. I was actually quite. It was actually fun to see outmaneuver being used a lot in a game for a 6 point upgrade. That's hardly taken, and you can see why it's definitely something to consider to put on Glory if you're thinking about kitting out your Glory.
Basically, if you have the points for it on Guri, outmaneuver is the
Choice.
easiest choice
Yeah.
because it really just does um a lot of damage over time. I mean, not it's not really a DOT in the pure sense of the word. It's basically just uh if you know what you're doing, it's basically an eternal debuff.
Hmm.
And now that there's so many um I like the dial of the Star Viper didn't really change much from 1.0 to 2.0, but the thing is, um, one of the options that you can play with Guri is, of course, Predator, which is my preferred talent. But
Mhm.
the thing is, uh, it's really just so that you're more consistent, and also just to save points, because it's not really that all that hard to keep someone in your bullseye moving last when you're moving last and you basically know where they're going to be.
Yeah.
So
Coupled with the
it's
Star Viper's boosts and barrel rolls, it's crazy.
yeah.
It's easy. So what
Well,
is
this is
happening now?
mm,
Disengaging. He's really making use of those pre-maneuver advanced sensor actions.
yeah. It's also one of the things that make Guri so strong. And ooh, there
Unfortunately,
goes
he
the block.
misjudges the distance.
Hmm. Many regrets. Well, well, at least he gets a free focus, but then pain.
Yeah. But in this case, it looks like Oterok is deviating from his original target and going after Guri.
Hmm. It's an option. It's an option. It's an option. Hmm. Okay, that was a what? Is that a one turn or a two
Yep,
turn? I
that
can't
was
tell.
a two turn. He comes in
Okay.
and then is able to arc dodge Old Terok, and it's just
Yeah.
right on your tail. It's pretty amazing how the Star Viper can. I think it's one of the ships where if it just gets behind you and you choose the right move, if your opponent chooses the right moves, it's pretty hard to shake off. There's
Yeah,
hardly any
it's
space
one
for
of
that.
those ships that really have awesome time on target if you think about it.
Mm.
I'm even in 1.0. I mean, my experience being that I was playing uh triple Star Vipers.
Uh,
You can really get a lot of mileage. Oh, this is actually an interesting adaptation from Royce, but I don't know how. It depends on how what Ellie does, because
yeah,
inviting. This is basically inviting double what do you call that? Shared destruction. So sure, you
uh,
take out my Guri, I'll take out your Guri.
it's an MAD tactic. Roy switching his skill box on Guri. But let's see if it's a little too late.
Yeah,
Mutually assured Guri destruction.
yeah.
Yep, but yeah, I mean, I think right now with the current kill box, I think Ellie is in a better position with both Fen and Guri
Yes, exactly.
locking on at
Yeah.
least Rice's Guri.
But I have to applaud Royce for his adaptation. This is not a bad call from him. It's just
Mhm.
that, you know, if he were just maybe a little bit closer, then he'd be a threat. He'd be an actual threat on Guri, but no, he's just rolling it. So he's only rolling three dice, so that means he's range two.
Yeah,
If he was at range one, then you know the actual threat. I can one shot you for nothing.
yeah. It's unfortunate that Fen wasn't able to get closer to either Guri or the Zetus recruit. And now Ellie is checking if OT is anywhere within range. Though, do you think OT at range 3 is a better target compared to just shooting straight at Gory at around range 1 or 2?
Guri is at range. Uh, wait a minute. Guri is at range two most
Mm.
likely,
Yep, with
but
Fen throwing his
yeah.
3.
But the thing is, why doesn't she have a focus?
Oh, it looks like Royce forgot about the focus on Gory in this
Oh
case.
wait, nope,
Oh
he
no, there
didn't.
it is. It was hidden
Okay.
in the camera. So he spends it now, but damage
Still
still
takes
pushes through.
damage, yeah. And
So this
then
is the
he's
first
gonna
time.
eat even
Yeah.
more damage from the outmaneuver Guri behind him.
Yep.
Yes, the Eiffel Tower.
But I think it's Royce's turn to shoot now. It's Guri on Fen.
Yeah. Well, at least it's a range 2 fence, so with no mods, yeah.
Yep. And that we have two hits with two
But
evades.
that is
Yep. Beautiful rolls from Ellie. Checking and
arc
yes,
dodged.
successfully arc dodged Ultera. I really like the blood red color of the Black Sun Star Viper alternate scheme. It came from the Guns from a Higher box set.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's excellent. It's the only Star Viper that I won't chop up and turn into something more palatable.
Oh, looks like the Zealous Recruit flubs the hit,
Ooh.
and the engagement phase ends with damage pushed on with Guri now at half points, along with Fenrao, and the other Guri barely hurting. So yeah,
Mm.
Royce is definitely down. Ellie has
Yeah, this
taken
is a
seven.
yeah, it's a big deficit to come over.
Yeah, I mean,
Cause
Royce now has to be cagey, right? He has to be risk averse, but at the same time, trying to push the good risks because he needs to take back the game from Ellie.
well, okay, best. I hate to say this, but this is when you unleash Fenrau and
Unleash the
hope.
Fenrao. What do you
Yeah,
think Fenrao's best move is right now?
I would. Sorry.
What do you think? I'm sorry. What do you think Sven Rao, Ellie's, Royce's Sven Rao's best move right now?
He's stressed. That's the issue. So, I would. He's gonna have to do a green maneuver. So his best maneuver is actually like four straight or two straight, but then that's not gonna work. Uh,
Yeah, it has to be a two, I believe, because the Fang Fighters blues are up until
three,
uh,
three
three
straight. Yeah,
forward. Yeah, three forward.
yeah.
Oops.
And
And there we go. A casualty of war from the Electric
so
Fang.
I think it's a two straight. But the thing is, um, that's basically just making sure that Royce's Guri should get out of the way first. But it all depends on what the Zealous Recruit, which hasn't taken any damage, by the way, I think, uh, what it does, because I don't, it's the one that took a Talon roll, so it's probably gonna do a two turn, or maybe a two straight. If it does a two straight, then great, but I would actually just make it do a two turn to the right.
Hmm.
So to the it'll go towards the background, somewhat to block the OT two turn. Oh, two straight
Oh,
is fine.
that's a two straight.
Yeah, two straight is fine.
And I think this is a chance for early to maybe take a boost. Oh, it
No,
just takes the
simple,
focus.
folks. I don't know if the boost will fit through the gas clouds. I apologize, guys. I really can't tell very much because of the parallax.
No worries. But we're assuming here that it might not fit. That's why just the focus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or yeah, that might also be the reason why he just did a two straight instead of a two turn. Because maybe I would put a two straight. I mean, I would have put a two turn, and then somewhat hope that I could catch Fen. I could block Fen while also catching Old Terok
Yeah.
because Old Terok is probably gonna turn in.
And probably next turn, the Zero is actually primed for another Talon roll. If he goes through the gas clouds, it's not a loss since he won't be taking action anyway.
Exactly. No,
Hmm.
that was a good move by Royce.
Yep.
He's hoping to block Fen while at the same time catching the Zealous recruit. And then hopefully he also, well, I doubt if he'll be able to block um I doubt he'll be able to block Ellie's Guri, but
It could happen.
yeah,
Just
could happen.
yep, yeah,
Especially if Ellie put in a two straight. If Ellie
yep.
put in a two straight, even if he barrel rolls or whatever, he'll get blocked.
He'd have
But
to do a
he could
suboptimal
boost.
barrel roll, right?
Yeah, he could boost and then yeah, he could boost and then he could do the I don't know how to describe that type of barrel roll. The barrel roll going outward and then you wouldn't get blocked, but then you're kind of
Oh,
out of it.
that'd be
Yeah.
the concave barrel roll.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, sloop.
Oh, he goes for a
Hello
bank.
there.
Oh, is that a sloop?
That's a sloop.
And I assume he fits.
Yeah.
And he fits beautifully. That's nice. That is a ballsy maneuver from Elliot. It's a great one. I like that.
Yeah, and he's still out of arc.
And he's getting the focus because things are at reach one of him.
Yeah, just Guri things. This is an excellent pick from this was an excellent pick from Ellie.
Mm. And there we
And
go. Fen does the two forward. Interesting. I think he gets blocked, or no, it fits. So it's good for Royce that the two forward fit well.
yeah, my only issue is that now basically um if Ellie's Fen gets blocked and then stays where he is, but gets blocked by his own Guri, he now gets a free range one shot on Royce's Guri, and that could kill Royce's Guri, giving Ellie a free 4 dice attack on a 3 dice. Oh, there's the barrel roll.
Barrel rolling out the way. I believe he's gonna fit. There
You
we
should.
go.
Yeah. Hmm. That's a good move. But it's basically, you know,
Take the best
delaying
of
the
the bad
inevitable.
situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because at least he doesn't give the focus to. Oh no, he does end up giving the focus to Ellie's Guri, unfortunately, because of his own Guri's positioning. And what does Fen Rao do? Oh, he just bumps.
Yeah. So that,
So,
like I said, like I said, is that I think that was a two straight. I mean, he probably dialed in a two straight, and then he'll get bumped by the Guri, but doesn't fit, so he gets bumped by his own Guri, and then there's that free. He
free
gets a
focus there.
five. Yeah, he gets a 5 dice attack on. Well, no mods, but still.
It's still a 5 die attack. It's
Yeah,
still
it's still a
great.
5 die attack.
And here we go. What do we get? That's 4 hits. Yeah, that's
Oh
not some
man.
jet. And
And
Guri.
explosion.
Yeah, yeah, that's a dead Guri. That's a Guri that got PS killed.
Yeah. So Terok gets a shot on Guri, but he can get Guri has 2 green tokens.
Yep, it seems that way.
Yeah. So what that means is that Ellie took an advanced sensor calculate,
Yep.
then did the sloop. Great move.
Wow. Since you mentioned that, I can really appreciate I would say this, how action efficient Guri can be with just advanced sensors. It just makes me think that 10 is a pretty good spot for that upgrade. 10
Yeah,
points.
it's those upgrades that cost 10 are basically, you know, it can be the culprit can just be one ship, but that one ship, as you can see here, can just dismantle a list.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean, if I
disgusting.
remember correctly, there was a hyperspace recently, the one that was won by Vernon Lorenzo actually. One of his opponents was I'm not sure which of the Fosters it was, but he was running Fen, Guri, and 2 banana pirates.
How did that go? How did that? Well, I remember Vernon actually taking that hyperspace tournament.
Yeah, he did. But like
Congratulations to him.
Vernon was ninth and then got in because someone left, I think, or whatever like that. So, and then if I remember correctly, the person who was running, uh, I'm trying to remember off the top of my head, but it was one of the fosses, and I'm very very sure that he was, I think, number two or or like three or four. Well, he was in the top four of the standing. So uh, that just having Guri and Fen is enough to, if you know what you're, as long as you know what you're doing, I think that's more than enough.
It's enough to take games. And there we go. It's the talent roll for the Zetas recruit that we saw around earlier.
Yeah,
And it's in good it's in a good position. It may be something that can be seen from a mile away, but it's the best move for that moment.
basically, if you can't stop it, then it doesn't matter if you can see it from a mile away if you can't
Yeah.
stop it.
So now we're looking at why did Royce's old Terrorcus do a three forward though? Oh, it's trying to
Ah,
go for block.
okay.
Interesting. Exposing himself to the Zealous recruit, but really aggressively going for a block. Let's see what Guri does.
This is very, very interesting. No, because okay, the other player, the viewers might not know, but Royce is an excellent ace player, and this is actually a very, very good adaptation for
That
what
was
he
a
can do.
good call. He saw Guri was stressed and he took the block because he knew Guri would probably just be taking blue maneuvers.
Exactly.
Beautiful.
Is that a boost with
Yes.
focus?
Boosted focus. Really, Roy's just going all in, just trying to take points while he's down. I mean,
Yeah,
this guy does not.
he's basically doing his best
Yeah.
to the adaptation is there, and that's really what you need.
I mean, Ellie's plays are really nice in this game, especially with that self bump after the two forward not fitting with Royce's Guri. But yeah, definitely Royce's adaptation is also very much commendable. Oh, this is just the spot where we were talking the call regarding the trigger timing,
Yeah,
Guri's
yeah,
ability and Old Terra ability came into question. Unfortunately, since Royce has first player, Old Terrock's ability triggers first when Guri doesn't have the
yes,
focus, so Guri gets to keep her focus.
yes,
An unfortunate moment, but that's what happens when you don't secure the bid when you need it.
yeah. Hmm. Okay, here's what I'm remembering. It was Travis Foss with Guri Predator Advanced Sensors, two Banana Pirates, and Fenrau with Predator. So that's at like 194-ish points.
6 point bid.
Yeah, but that's in old pointage, and really, I think he was top four in terms of score and MOV. He had 4 wins, if I remember correctly, and like over 1,000 MOV,
Oh,
easy.
oh,
Like
just not too, but it looks like Royce is trying to push with 4 hits, but unfortunately is only to push in one crit on Elise Fen. So this is a critical moment because his only heavy hitter is Fen right now, and while Old Terrock is still on the table, he could easily get wiped out by Fen with 5 dice.
yes,
Yeah,
but the good thing is Tarok has a mod, so let's hope for the best.
let's hope for the best. Oh, you were saying again about
Yeah, it's an excellent. It's an basically it just goes to show that um Fen the Fen Guri shell is not going anywhere.
yeah, it's a
And
solid combo.
yeah, I'm still not sold on the point increase, but make. make it harder.
Mm-hmm.
So if I remember correctly, uh, this build would probably be around 192 now.
Oh,
Um, in with the new pointage.
it's a 2 point increase.
Yeah, it's a 2 point increase on Guri if I remember correctly, so it's 192 now.
That's still way playable.
Yeah,
192 is not a lot of factions can drop down to 192 and function well.
if I remember correctly, I think it's pretty much um Imp Aces
Yeah, beat the bid.
could probably beat the build, but then that would mean it's probably Sense Vader and oh man, that's bad.
Oh, this is where the Concordia face of how to say this issue came about. We thought that Concordia face off only triggered if like Fearless, where the Fang was also
In
where
front arc. Oh no, no.
yes. So yeah, so actually we will revert to the game state. We'd actually put Fenrau back on the table.
Oh, okay, okay. That
Yeah,
was oh, so that
because
was okay. I remember the argument. I mean, not really an argument. I remember the discussion. Yeah, and it's whenever, as long as you're in range one of the front
yeah,
arc of your opponent.
which
The,
is
the
pretty amazing for Fangs because with the fact that they get free evades at range one means it's like they're taking focus evades 1.0 style without getting stressed necessarily.
yeah, it's a great one. I mean, uh, I've played like three digit games with Fangs at this point, and really the new Concordia face off. The first time I read it, I was like, ah yes,
This is beautiful.
this is glorious. I wonder how many people will get this wrong, and I'll have to tell them over and over again. No, you just need to be close to me, I just need to be in your front arc. Thank you.
So, Tim, what do you think's the next best moves for like for Ellie? How can he be sure that he's gonna secure the game from this point? And then what do you think's the best move for Roy at this moment? For
Uh,
Royce at the moment?
okay. The okay. First things first. Zealous recruit probably just takes a two straight,
Hmm.
and then uh Fen, who isn't stressed, moves second, can take a Talon either side. Um, Guri will just do Guri things. I'm not even gonna bother. I'm not even gonna bother.
Oh, interesting. He goes for the two bank. He's probably assuming that Royce's fangs are gonna overshoot. So maybe Ellie is trying to catch
Oh, did he get?
Royce's
Oh,
fang.
did he? Oh, but it was a bump.
Yep. But I'm assuming he's going for the angle.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
Probably thinking Royce's fangs are gonna do three forwards or three banks maybe.
He's also blocking off the two Talon, if I'm seeing it correctly.
Oh yeah. That's Royce's Fen Rouse two talent. You're
Yeah.
right. Yep. He probably is. So advanced sensors lock on Ultra and then he does a three sloop again.
Hmm.
But him, I think
What did old Tarok do though? Did he do doesn't
I think
wouldn't
Ultra
he
bumped. I think he
mm,
went for a
or maybe he just did a like a one turn or a
mm,
two straight just to bump and then hope for the block.
yeah. Unfortunately, Guri things to do, and
Yeah.
here's two Talon, I think, or a two bank a two turn from Royce's Fen.
Or wait, let's see if he puts a stress.
Yep. No, he takes
Okay,
out the
so it's
stress. It was a
okay,
two.
so oh he did a Talon previously, okay.
Yep. And now, Ellie's own Fen is doing. Talon roll
Oh, that's interesting. No, I would have put the Talon roll to the
on the
right.
other side.
Yeah.
Yep. So there's a kill box for the Zealous recruit. Yeah, because in this case, well, at least he arc dodges Old Terrock. It may have been that Royce saw the Talon roll to the right because he would be covering Fen with his current position, but Ellie chose to opt for the latter. So that's actually a pretty
Mm,
nice move from Ellie.
excellent point.
Two hits and a crit with three evades, so damage going through. Yeah, I guess in this case, that scrum, the whole scrimmage, the third engagement for an overall game that happened a lot closely, uh, it really forced Royce to change target priorities too quickly.
Yeah, but he did an excellent adjustment in his defense.
Yeah, very, very much. It's just that with the variance involved in the game, Ellie was pushing a lot of damage, coupled with his good choices as well, that Royce, with his own adaptation, wasn't able to get in time. So I think in this case, it's two hits and a crit. No, it's two hits and two crits against two evades. So yeah, that's probably going to end someone's day. So two
Well,
crits on
if I remember
Ultera.
correctly, Fen is already half. Oh, hmm, couldn't tell what the crits were.
Yeah. Oh, it would be weapons failure and a direct hit.
Oh, that's a dead. Oh no, not a dead yet.
Yeah, it's
Wait, down to one.
down to one, and we still have Ellie's Guri at full health. I do remember. Yes, Ellie's own Fenrau is at down to half points with Royce earning 35. But yeah, Ellie is taking 171 points home with 21 minutes left in the game. That's a pretty high
Yeah,
position,
full point Zealous recruit and a full point and a full health Zealous, full health
Guri.
Guri. That's nasty.
Do you
That
think if things went different during the game, do you think this is a position that Royce could probably recover from, or is it inevitable?
actually to tell you the truth, um, there's still a chance. Basically, he has to play a heck of a lot more aggressive.
Mhm.
That's basically it. But the thing is, look what the Zealous recruit is gonna do. He's just gonna try to block for the rest of the game, and then if he doesn't block, I mean, if he doesn't block the one who's attacking, then he has Concordia. So it's still gonna be hard to kill.
Yeah. Interesting that when Royce does the Talon roll, he opts to actually plant himself in the middle rather than further back, especially when up against Guri.
It mm, it
Oh,
could
interesting.
be,
Now they're jousting.
yeah.
Oh, but we see Guri arc dodging Old Terok once again.
Yeah, it's too easy. Oh my god.
Star Vipers.
Yeah, just Guri things. Yeah, and then I heard about the four-star Viper list. Oh boy. No,
I
no,
believe
yeah,
Ellie is also trying it out recently, right?
yeah. Coming from a guy who really enjoys aggressive play, I'm not a fan of the durdling in the corner, but hey, it works.
Royce opting for the arc dodge to fully preserve Fenra with his one health. Thankfully, Royce's Fenra doesn't have any bad crits on him. And
Yeah, I mean there aren't that many bad crits on Fangs to be honest. But oof.
probably damaged engine is one, right?
It's probably the only one. Though what you could do is just make full use of your linked actions now.
Mm. So do banks then barrel rolls.
Banks and barrel rolls, banks and focus. But it really depends on if you're moving last. So and also it really telegraphs you what you're going to do.
Mhm. So let's see how Royce is going to reset his board state for this specific round. How he's gonna get all guns back on target while minimizing losses to himself. This is an interesting moment for me because I assume um, if I was in his place, I'd be itching to just do the talent rolls.
Yeah, it would make the most sense. Or he could just totally disengage and then just hope to come back.
Or hope that the three ships split up and he gets to isolate them at some point. Oh, that's a nice. I'll say this. That's well. There is a possibility for Royce to be able to escape that zealous recruit. It would depend though on what his move is. If he opts for a two turn to the left towards the foreground, that would block his Fenrau.
Yeah.
And now
Hmm.
Ulterok is taking a two turn, moving
Okay.
in.
Well, if he's trying to get quote unquote easy points,
Yeah, he's gunning
the
up for that zealous recruit.
yeah. Does he fit though?
What is he putting? Is that a bank or oh, no? He's doing a boost forward in a focus most likely. That's
Okay.
one boost fang model, and it's just dropping it there. Okay, there we go. The link maneuver for old Terok. And now we see what Guri has planned for the rest. Ah, interesting. A one turn away.
Well, it's the best idea. It's the best thing to do right now.
So he
If
just
you
disengaged.
if yeah, if you want my opinion about it, you're already way ahead on points. There's 14 or so 14 or so minutes left. Might as well get Guri out and then work from there. Oh, there we go.
There we go. The block
Great
comes in.
block.
Great block because I believe Royce really was trying to get that re-engagement as soon as possible.
Yeah,
He's the one on the clock right now. He needs to get the points before the match ends.
yeah.
And what?
Very, very good game coming from Ellie. But at the same time, in like I said, in Royce's defense, seeing as that he's not exactly familiar with Scum as much. Ooh.
Yeah, he's putting up a really good fight. He's not going down without punches.
Fen is down to one, if I remember correctly.
Yes, Royce's Fen is down to one, and Royce's Alter Rock is also down to one. Ellie's own Fen Rao is currently down to one as well.
Oh, okay, okay. Hmm.
And there we go. That's three hits from Fen Rao on just one evade.
On the Fen round,
Oh, that's two
explosion.
crits on Old Terrock. Old Terrock is out of the game.
Yeah.
Constant fire.
Great choice. He went
Great
for
steal.
the what do you call that? He went for the initiative kill.
Yeah. Plus, it means Royce no longer has any targets for this engagement phase,
Yep.
and he
It's a
concedes the game.
GG.
Yep.
Very good.
That was a great game. That was exciting, especially the decision points. And it was very enjoyable seeing Royce try to recover the game state when he was significantly down.
Yeah, the that first bad engagement between the two Guris was really debilitating. And of course, Guri things on Guri things, nah.
Yeah. So what kind of takeaways do you think viewers can come away with? Can come away
Okay, well, first things
from this
first. We see here how important top-down list building is because one, uh, this is one of those games where I could argue that the list that won at the list.
the list building stage, basically.
Yeah. So basically, coming in with the proper list in the proper matchup, uh, the uh, I'm not gonna take anything away from Royce, but the Zealous Recruit did work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
Definitely.
mean, if I remember correctly, there were two key blocks in the late game. It was able to push in a little bit of damage. Uh, Basically, for an I1 at 44 points that didn't die the
Yeah.
entire game,
It didn't give away its points.
didn't give away its points, which is actually what you would expect from a I1 blocker. But no, didn't give away any points. The one who gave away points ended up being Fen Rao, which happens a lot actually. Um, but what you can take away from this is that your list, no matter how great and how good it is, if it comes up against a list that really would hose you to begin with, it makes it just emphasizes that you're gonna be working twice as hard
To
against
get.
someone who doesn't need to work as much.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically me going back to what I was saying that you know, um, why would I bother with a hard list? Might as well just enjoy myself with an easy list that quote unquote easy,
Mm-hmm.
and give myself an easy time, but at the same time give myself a chance. It makes far more sense to do that,
Okay.
and I think this illustrates that.
So just to as a follow-up question to your answer, I wanted to ask, in this specific case, would you recommend always trying to catch the bid, trying to go after the bid? Because as we see, it was the list building on any side to go all in on a 10-point bid is what actually was the anchor for him winning the game at the start of the match. Would you recommend players to go after the bid? I
Uh,
know it's a more complicated. There's a
yeah,
complicated.
no, no. I'm trying to come out with it's still based on your list.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if you're gonna go for a bid and you're playing ships that don't need a bid per
Mm-hmm.
se, there's no point in going for a bid. It's um, it's like the old Rebel Beef. Basically, Wedge does not need a bid. There's no point in bidding if you're an I4. Uh, there's no point in bidding if you're an I3, really. And
Mm-hmm.
uh, then why not just go all out? Or if you're gonna go for an efficiency build, which is your I2s, you're using I2s that are generics. Why bother with a bid? Except if you're gonna go for a 1 point bid
Spite someone.
just to flex on the 200 pointers,
Yeah.
basically.
I
And
get a choice.
yeah, exactly. It's like just because I didn't want to put a marksmanship on Blount or something like that. I get exact. So if your build needs the bid, and in this case, picking Guri obviously needs a bid. This is the same reason why, in my opinion, people ended up splitting up Boba Fett and Guri because Boba Fett doesn't need a bid, but
Mhm.
Guri does. So I'd much rather like spend my points on a Fenrau instead of a Boba Fett because if Fenrau solos maybe an I6 and takes out another an I4 and another ship by himself, which he can do, which I've
Mhm.
seen happen. Um, and then what you're left with is an I5 versus Guri, and the I5 their opponent has initiative. It's basically asking for trouble
Yeah,
and ask
because yeah, well, if you're running both fives and then you go up against sixes, your automatically your bid with Guri gets nullified if you're running Boba Fett and Guri together.
exactly. That's why people ended up splitting them. And with what happened to Boba Fett, and through the Scum Han nerf and other things, making him extremely expensive already to begin with, kind of changed how people played. So there was no point to having a bid. Wedge doesn't need a bid. So I mean, in the Rebel case, Wedge isn't really an ace, but what influences that is, I mean, what really drives the point home is the fact that Wedge doesn't need a bid. So if Wedge has initiative, okay, then I'll just hang back and then pummel you with my ability because I can. And if I catch you in range one or you bumble into range one, thank you. You're gonna feel a world of hurt, basically. Um,
That's actually a good point. You bringing that up, especially with the example with splitting Guri and Boba as well. And for example, initiative sixes that don't require a bid, like Wedge. Um, because when you think about it, uh, for example, if I was running like currently, if I'm running triple resistance aces like Lulo, Po, and Nien, I actually came to this crossroads in decision making, asking myself whether I want to go all in with a bid, which is definitely realistically impossible if a lot of Imperial aces are flying around the local scene, and the other one is just going all in and not caring about the bid. But now I'm seeing that Poe might not be as how to say this insensitive to a bid compared to someone like Wedge.
yeah, that's the main issue. Why uh, we've discussed this prior, but like when I was building resistance aces, I kept putting in a bid because as soon as Poe loses initiative, it's like, oh, herp.
Yeah, he lose effectiveness from his push the limit ability because now you're not 100% sure what your second move should be, if it's a reposition or if you're taking debris gambit, if it should be the focus. So
Exactly.
yeah, I mean it's still strong. Poe is still strong even if he's moving first, but I running him at around 70 plus points just as a blocker is it's not a really good place to be.
Yeah, I mean, I would playing Poe recently has put me in the decision making of saying, "Oh man, I need a minimum of an 8 point bid with him now."
I will
It,
keep that in mind.
it's
The 8
so
points.
bad. I feel so bad when that's why I kind of packed up my resistance, which was small to begin with, because I don't have the resistance kit.
Mhm.
Um, and I'm basically staring down the barrel of saying the only Poe that I can really play is Poe with what do you call
BB-8.
that? No, no, no. It's not even Poe with BB-8. I'm forced to play Poe with R4.
Oh, Brawler Poe.
Yeah, I have to play Brawler Poe because um he's basically V1 he's basically V1 Suntir. So
Mm.
give me my PTL, I'll just do my 2 turns. I don't care. But at the same time you keep his so what's gonna happen is you keep his S foils close just so that he has a barrel roll. And and then your main source of damage is oh my god, auto blaster. Oh no, it feels so bad. I can't even my brain is like you can't even justify this. Do you think this will actually work? And my brain is like I'm only going to do this so that I can beat what do you call that? I'm
Republic
only doing
Jedi.
this just so I can no, not even Republic Jedi. It's just so that if I can roll well, if I can roll well,
Some
I
hits.
can I can I can I can kill Suntir in 2 shots, and then I catch myself saying, "I'm gonna kill Suntir in 2 shots. Is this even worth it?"
Yeah, that's too much time to like put on Suntir.
Yeah, it's like, this is why I just play Wedge. It's like I'll just play Wedge instead. Ah, I would have. And then now when I look at the T70 chassis, it's like I wish you had a native barrel roll instead.
Instead of the native boost.
Yeah, it's so bad. No, it's not that the T70 is bad. No, it's not. It's just that it's like now you're thinking if you had a barrel roll instead of a boost, and then I would have to keep it close to just the boost, I would be okay with that.
I get your point. Yeah,
Yeah,
because especially if you wanna align the bullseye arcs without relying too much on the boosts, I think you're more of the barrel roll to align bullseye arc kind of guy.
yeah.
Yep.
Eh. So it's like derp derp, and now and then even with the points change, oh my god, even with the points change, what you're gonna do is, all right, we can still fit Wedge, Cashin, and Braylon. Let's just find the fourth. No, let's just find the D'Artagnan who's going to put all of this together. And then you have someone who gives you focus. Oh my god, this
Like Jake or Two True Brother.
exactly. Oh my god.
Tim,
Yep.
thank you so much for that very enlightening commentary on Royce's game, especially those spotting those pretty brilliant moves from both players. Ellie and Royce played beautifully, and I'd like to thank you guys at GNG for having us over for the finals, and also for this very enlightening post-game discussion about the bid, its importance, and some of the ships that we're trying out that we don't see really working without thinking about sitting down and thinking about how big of a bid we really need.
Yeah, I know it sounded a lot like a rant, but at the same time, it sounds okay. I know it sounds a lot like a rant. I mean, I hear it. The
Mm,
thing is, it's the reality of the game. That some people they just like ace play. I want to be able to I want to be able to arc dodge someone, and like I Poe doesn't need to be the hero of the resistance every single time. But no, he like has to hard carry, and then Nien is like blue 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 blue.
yeah, Nyen doesn't care about the bid. Nyen, it's like when an opponent tells you that you go first, then you're backing Nyen and he's your list anchor. You're gonna go like, "Thank you."
Yeah, exactly. It's so
I don't
bad.
have to prejudge my 4Ks and talent rolls anymore. I know
Yeah,
exactly where you are.
exactly. It's like I have to whenever now it's so hard to put in. I mean, I was pushing early for Nien Po, and then now when I'm at, when I'm analyzing it, it's like I would rather just have Nien with other T70s and then Po with something that I can't That like I can't put my finger on what that something is.
We'll probably figure it out in the future. But
Yeah.
for now, I think we can probably say goodbye to our viewers.
All
Thank you
right.
guys
Thank you
for
very
watching.
much.
Thank you for being with us here tonight, Tim. And I hope everyone has a great day.
Yeah, my pleasure.